Oh, I be fair, it's the fucking dream. It's the fucking dream. You know? Bit of fucking, and I fucking, But we did this here, right? I did some laughing at this. We were watching The Irishman the other week. We started on Tuesday, ended it on Friday, and it's as soon as your man pops up, my brother.
Your
right?
man? There's like loads. There's at
No
least
one,
six your mans.
one, my favorite your man, right? Pops up, and my brother goes, "Fuck, I asked Joe Pesci."
He's a Will Pesci.
Joe Pesci?
Joe Nuisance.
When Joe Pesci sounds like if you kept that same character, but it was animated children's TV. She's like, "Hey, Dora, what you got in that fucking rucksack?" Yeah?
I love those mistakes whenever people make wee tiny sentence mistakes. You're very
I
guilty
do it all the time.
But it was the same. I told you before, like my my grandmother. I went in to see her one time, and I had went in to give her a hug, and she goes, "Don't kiss me, I've got a coleslaw." I was like, that's not even close. That one. You've got some kind of, what is that? Typhoid.
I have a thing where I go pink while quick.
I noticed that.
See, if I laugh, I immediately go pink. And then I think someone wrote to me and was like, "Mate, you actually want to go to the doctors?" And I was like, "I've been pink forever."
Could you
Aaron McCann is semicolon with pink forever.
Could you imagine going to the doctor and he goes, "What seems to be a problem?" You go, "I go pink while quick." He would go, "Please get out of my office." Freak. He calls you. Imagine, I always thought one of the most terrifying but hilarious things would be if you went in to see a doctor and he looked at your stuff and he went, "Oh, mate, you're fucked. Holy shit. Quick. They're like getting people in. You feel grand, but he's got an urgency. Like he's going to go any second. But I remember we were sitting, I came in and I was having dinner here and Sean Og was watching the Get Us podcast and you were on it and he was watching and I sat down and he had just stuck it on and then with whatever happened and then you were laughing and it immediately went purple and he went 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds. McCann's purple. But the other one my grandmother had was watching an advert for like a, it was like, not like a jet ski, like a snowmobile, sorry. And she goes, "What are you doing putting that over here? Sure, you would need one of them unless you're living over in Elastica." Point to me on the map where Elastica is.
Elastica does sound like a popular family holiday fun spot.
Yeah, or it sounds like somebody that hangs around with Charlie XCX, Arca and all.
Charlie XCX's cat dealer, Elastica.
Elastica later for it.
Get him in some job.
Don't even
job. Came out of nowhere. Like,
do you mean? Oh right, I thought you meant as in like selling it. That's hardcore.
All my mates, like, it's so funny because all the boys that I went to uni with, first and second year, didn't really touch anything bar drink. Everyone was just drinking. Maybe someone had a bit of weed here and there. You know what I mean? Legalize it. And then something really weird happened in the third year. Literally, I admit, right? Like, barely drank before he went to uni. And see now.
Oh, that's always the boys that it gets.
He'd sniff the saltier chips, the bastard. He's a fucking fiend. Henry the Hoover. And, I always find it so funny that ketamine is literally a horse tranquilizer. Mm-hmm. And, like, what's the average weight of a horse? I'll give you a tenner if you can guess the average weight of a horse.
I'm going to guess it's probably the weight of, about 6 people?
Okay.
Maybe more.
Okay.
So, let's say 80 stone.
That's a very educated guess.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not educated, I guess. It was an educated guess. Did you guess though, didn't you? That was a gamble. It was an educated gamble for me to put the house on red and the wains on black.
It's average weight.
Right, this is bad. I'm still working on a bad. How heavy is a 16-hand horse? That sounds like one of them. You know, whenever they go, "You going out tonight? How heavy is a 16-hand horse?" Let's see here.
Fuck, I had to get us in the car too. What?
Bang on.
80?
They say between 60 and 150.
Unreal. Aye, so right.
That ends that conversation.
That's being used to take out a horse
Aye.
of that weight, right?
Yeah.
And then a fella from Fintona who's 12 stone will take it.
Aye. But he only takes a wee bit.
Aye.
He takes it proportional to his weight. Do you think horses ever go into a K-hole? Farmer rolls out one morning, there's a horse a gat.
Aye. Fucking Winston has a nade in 4 days.
He neighed backwards already. Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, a nade backwards would sound like if you remember they used to play like heavy metal CDs and they'd say, if you play this backwards, it's a message from Satan on this Slipknot album.
Heavy metal CDs. Go out there, Barbara, and get her on a couple of heavy metal CDs. You don't mind?
Offering it like it's tea.
Aye, come on. You want a couple of heavy metal CDs?
You'll take a Slipknot. Jeez, you wouldn't go to my house and not take a Slipknot.
I went down to Deirdre's there the other day. Cup of tea. What you put out? Cradle of Filth. Mangin.
I went down there to fucking Arlene's house there. The bastard wouldn't even offer you corn.
Did I tell you about my new vegan metal band I'm starting? Corn. We've only got one hit so far, which is Freak Off the Leash. It's free range.
Fantastic. A funny thought there too. I just had is an actual showdown.
Just by the way, I'll be the judge of whether or not it's funny.
Between an actual showdown between an actual wizard and a psychiatrist.
Aye.
Like imagine like Harry Potter against a trained psychiatrist, and he's like Expelliarmus, and she's like, "Why did your parents put you under the stairs?"
And he's.
Why do you like magic so much? Is it because you can't handle reality, Mr. Potter?
What's the spell for suicide? Suicidiosa.
Fuck acidosis. I'm clocking out.
Eocious. You have to add Eocious. Oh dear. Roperama. Rope appears around his neck.
Go gadget top myself.
Oh dear. Roperama is a shop in Oma that sells ropes.
We actually do have a place called Pizzarama, no lie. I swear to God.
There's a Limavady of Pizza Roma.
Pizzaroma?
Good shop.
That's the Catholic one. Have you heard... I've definitely talked to you about this before. I've fucking mentioned this a lot of things, but you're definitely familiar with the fact that Oma has a Protestant and a Catholic subway.
That you've told me that before, and that perplexes me
Now,
to no end.
So you kind of when you hear it, you're like, all right, okay, that's just something the kind of locals have made up. But if you go into the areas of town where they're located, you're like, these bastards are trying to restart the troubles.
As the Italian BMT, like they've dyed the meats. So you get orange, white, and green for the other one. And then
So
red,
Roman
white,
Italian
and blue.
BMT.
That's good. I always thought, when there people go like, I bleed red, white, and blue, I'm going, see a doctor.
Do you need that? I'm with the fucking shank you right now. We'll see. Are you telling me you bleed Colgate, you mad cunt? And that, honestly, I would say this year made me like think of all the times I've had before. Stop it!
Aaron McCann remembers. Aaron McCann discovers memory.
I don't think you can be famous here.
I don't think can't, but I just think it's right. It's the terminology. Sorry, it's not to do with can't. It's not to do with external. It's not to do with like factors that are like it's simply illegal.
Yeah,
The government have made it illegal to be famous for Northern Ireland unless you were involved in some kind of organisation in the 80s. You can't have it like that. The thing is that I mean it more in the sense of it's extremely difficult to be famous from here due to the reaction that if you look at how people kind of get famous outside of the viral video sphere, they usually build up a following over a long period of time.
Yeah.
And naturally that has to happen originally from where you're at.
Yeah.
And if we're all from here, and you're constantly surrounded by people who, the moment you do anything, are going, "Would you ever fuck up?" You're not going to go anywhere.
Well, no, I think right.
Even if you get a job that is even like,
God forbid.
Even
let me tell you something right
got
now.
a different story.
I would have no problem at all, right, with this. Like my sister goes to me the other week. She was like, "Fucking, Max looking there down the road. When you get a job there?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Not a chance." And she's like, "Oh, too good for." And I was like, "No, because I get bullied to suicide." Can you imagine?
Arn McCann, bullied to suicide.
Can you imagine what's a 17-year-old? Hey, Buckin McGuckin, have you eaten a size 8, you fucking tosser? Well, you can't even with fame in general, right? I feel like you can get fame. People have done it. Mm-hmm. Jamie Dornan, that's it.
Yeah.
No, Jamie Dornan, Liam Neeson.
Roy Walker.
All these kind of people that like achieved fame, right? But you can't be... I honestly don't think you can be like take over the world famous.
No, you can't.
As in Billie Eilish or Kanye West. Do you know what I mean? Well, like, can you imagine, right? So take Kanye West, right? Mm-hmm. But you replace him with someone from here and give him our accent. If Kanye West is from here, right, and he's like, "I'm a fucking god. I'm a god."
Rolling into school and people are going, rolling into school and he starts to say to people, "Call me Yeezy."
Aye. If that would get to the stage where he'd been a night out, he'd go home for Christmas to his local like town or village, and people would be like, "Yeezy! Yeezy! You fucking dickhead! You fucking dickhead! Can you fuck? You dopey bastard!"
Billie Eilish, "Bad guy! I'll show you the bad guy." Kneecaps her.
Yeah. Billie Eilish, like, "Pick a hair colour, mate! You not pink last time you're in town, now you're green, or you nuts? You nuts, Billy?" Billie Eilish's music right now sounds like a Slipknot record played backwards.
Oh, sure. That's good crack.
Red shirt, black jeans, I am Satan.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Billie Eilish's new album, I Am Satan.
I want to be the host of Family Fortunes.
That's a very specific dream job.
I'm not even joking. When you see us think about the host of Family Fortunes is, you gotta knock the top guy off.
Oh, why?
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
Oh, yeah. Vernon Kay, I'm coming for you. Do you remember where we were last year? This time last year?
Oh, fuck, aye. Mm-hmm. Oh, aye. How can I forget? Arguably the most quotable trip of all time.
Oh, why? It was basically a guy had asked you to do some dates around, Budapest, Bratislava, Vienna, and Bratislava in that order.
And I was like, I remember you were there, and I was like, "Fuck! I wonder if I asked, would he let you come with me, and we could just basically make a holiday out of it."
Oh, why?
And then, sure enough, it was
class crack.
It was fucking
very, very consistent period of bant. Budapest gig, terrible. Vienna gig, terrible. Bratislava gig, class.
Unreal. Which is the way you wanted to go. You wanted to go shit, class.
Yeah. Because
if it had went class, we'd have been rubbing our hands at the back of the gig, being like, "We're about to fucking take over Europe."
We met some good characters in that one. Well, the main dude we met was the American guy.
Yeah.
Who had looked very, very unfortunately like a how do we put this, disgraced celebrity. Because I remember during the night where I had said to you, like, because we were steaming and I got paranoid and I was like, what if it is him? Because this is where he would go.
Robbie's referring to Harvey Weinstein, which is, but imagine we got one night in the rip with the winer.
And you know what? He's lovely.
Here, my rule of thumb with life is if you're sound to me, that's it.
Could you imagine saying about Harvey Weinstein? Here, he was always sound to me. But he did look horrifyingly like him.
Spit.
But we knew, obviously he wasn't, and you could tell immediately because there was a point in the night where he tried to talk to a woman and she didn't seem that interested, so she left and she goes, she didn't seem that interested, so I thought I'd back off. Which is the way it's meant to go. But he said something quite haunting about his life.
Oh yeah.
Which is that he had moved to Budapest. He was married for a good while and then he was divorced, and he didn't say it was like anything mental had happened, but he just got divorced and his daughter was there, and he said he moved to Budapest for work, and he just kind of was nice to kind of reset, which I should have obviously clocked what he meant by that straight away. But he said he went through a wild bad bout of mental health, and he goes, I was depressed there for a while, but then went in for an experimental medical procedure. It's usually 14 grand, and basically, to put it simply, they stuck 2 magnets to my head and reset me. No thanks. There is nothing more terrifying to me than to be 46 and having to start from scratch. Did I ever tell you a mate of mine said, could you imagine if Jurassic Park was just called Dinosaurs?